New week, same me. What can I say, baby? Anyway, um, reason why I'm wearing this again is a couple of videos ago you seen the episode 6 of the college football, or you seen episode 5 of NFL. You seen that I'm wearing this because I record the videos on the same day, right? Whenever I record the college football episode, I record the NFL football video. But the reason why I'm wearing this again is either it could have been another week, or I've just been busy and I couldn't record. So now I got to record 4 videos in one day instead of 2 videos. So now I'm recording the week episode 7, whatever you want to call it, week 7, episode 7. Same concept. Anyway, it's the same shit. Here we go to start off. Not North. Well, I guess North. South Florida went all the way over to North Texas. Now, they were saying, SFU, USF is, the underdogs because they're 4-1 and North Texas is 5-0. And if North Texas were to win, not only would they be bowl eligible, but they'd probably be ranked. And yeah, I already knew that SFU. Stop fucking saying that. Fuck. Anyway, I already knew USF was gonna win, but I didn't think they'd flip the numbers. Right? North Texas scored 36. South Florida scored 63. Now Byron Brown passed for 245 yards. He went for 22 for 28, 3 tutties, 1 pick. Their backup got in I don't remember this. I didn't watch the game, but I remember seeing it. Right, number 81. He had a 29-yard touchdown in the air. That was crazy seeing that clip. Anyways, the Mean Green quarterback, he passed 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, going 30 for 46. Not that bad of a game. I mean, when you look at also the yards on the ground, it's not even that fair either. 306 yards for South Florida, 107 for the Mean Green. So we all know who is going to win this game. I hope, at least, except for the Mean Green. They said, "Oh yeah, we have the better record. We're still undefeated in conference play." On to the next game. Ohio State played another Big Ten school in Illinois. Ohio State is now the second team. Actually, more than just the second team. But you know what I mean. To now be bowl eligible. So, what's that noise? Not that. I should have started a pop. Who cares? They beat Illinois 34-16. Mr. Altmaier had 248 yards. I just got a notification saying that there might be a tornado coming. He throws his first pick of the season. Now, literally 2 plays before he threw that pick, they said he hasn't thrown an interception all season. So, of course, they jinxed him. Julian saying 19 for 27, 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, give me Luke Altmaier's game all day. But ultimately, it's not enough. Only 47 yards rushing. And you can account that for Luke Altmaier because 6 carries for negative 20 yards. Keelan Crimmins, 1 carry for negative 14 yards. That's what ruined the run game for him. 106 yards. Bo Jackson had 47 yards, 44 for C.J. Donaldson. Everyone on the receiving core did their job. Ohio State stays undefeated. Indiana, I did not expect them to beat Oregon, so they might actually be legit. So I gotta call my best friend saying, hey, I was wrong about y'all. My fault. But on the other hand, if they play Ohio State, they're not winning. As much as I hate to break it to you, they're not beating y'all. So, there's that, I guess. Oregon falls down in the standings. Ole Miss narrowly escapes Washington State. Now, going into it, I saw Austin Simmons, who is their normal starting quarterback before he got hurt. I saw him with his pads in Jersey. So I think they're just gonna trust Trinidad Chambliss now, even though he barely got through with the win. Washington State has a quarterback named Zevi Akos. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but he had 218 yards, 253 for Trinidad. Both had 2-0 touchdown interception ratios. But what was the main difference? Rushing yards. Passing yards was a 35-yard difference, but rushing yards was 59-yard difference. So there's that. Ole Miss, they're 6-0 now, but at what cost? Texas A&M beats Florida 34-17. We kept it close. It was 14 up at the end of the first, 21-14 at the end of the second. Then we were only able to score field goals, one field goal each in the third. They scored a field goal and a touchdown in the fourth. DJ Lagway, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, 21 for 37. Jaden Bow had 65 yards on 18 carries. We're definitely gonna beat Ole Miss for our Hoco game on Saturday. And just like I said, John Mateer, he came back, but he's still hurt, especially on his throwing hand. That's gonna mess up the whole game plan. So he throws 3 picks despite having 202 yards. Texas gets the 23-6 upset, technically. I did call it out in my last video. I didn't check the scores. I made sure of that because I said week 6 scores. And it brought me straight to the ESPN page. I didn't watch that game. I was too busy watching the Florida A&M game. Not Florida A&M because it has FAMU, but Florida and Texas A&M. Plus, I also went over to this Brown's Farms place. I was going to record that, but I said, you know what? No, today's just a great day to spend time with the family. Plus, I might just go back there myself and just start recording to see what it's like for y'all, because all content is good content most of the time. Bama beat Mizzo 27-24. Mizzo, I think, should still be ranked despite losing to Bama because Mizzo was a great team. Both teams are now 5-1. Bama leapfrogs Mizzo in the SEC standings at least. Simpson had 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mr. Miller, 85 yards on 20 carries. You just like to see it. Texas Tech beat Kansas 42-17. Jeez, bro, I'm so tired. Oh, tonight's gonna be rough. I clicked the wrong button. Shout out Cole Ballard though. Jalen Daniels. Jalen. It's Jalen. I didn't want to say Jaden. That's not the point. He had 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Texas Tech's quarterback went 7 for 12, 91 yards, 1 touchdown before he got hurt. I guess that's what happened. The backup stepped in and had 7 for 16, 42 yards, 1 pick. But the run game, Cameron Dickey, 2 touchdowns, 263 yards, 21 carries. The backup also had 8 carries for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what helped the team get the 42-17 big win in the Big Ten Conference. Now, Georgia and Auburn, I didn't watch that game because I just didn't want to. I heard Georgia was cheating. Well, the refs were rigging the game for Georgia. So Auburn falls to 0-3 in SEC play, Georgia rises to at 3-1 in SEC play. In like 2 or 3 weeks, they're gonna have to face us in Jacksonville. I think it is. It's either gonna be Jacksonville or Atlanta. One of those two. I forgot where it is this year. LSU barely beat out South Carolina. It was 17-10. Oh, I'm sorry. It was 17-10 at the end of the third. And there was so much room for South Carolina to come back, but they just couldn't score. Tennessee barely beats out Arkansas 34-31. So Arkansas had a chance to go 3-3, but they just couldn't. Their quarterback had 21 for 31, 256 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't even want to see what the Vols did. I'm just trying to get through this. Oh, God. Yeah. Just need sleep. Georgia Tech beat Virginia Tech 35-20. Haynes King, 20 for 24, 213 yards, 1 touchdown. I really hope that they're not gonna. I want them to win, obviously, but I really hope they're not like 11-1 or 11-0 or 10-1 by the time they play Georgia and they're ranked 6th, and then they lose and then they drop out, and then they're not allowed to play the conference game. I don't know. I know they're in different conferences, obviously, but the AP poll is weird sometimes. USC, despite being 4-1 going into the game, were unranked after losing their previous game. They beat Michigan easily, 31-13. 265 yards for the USC quarterback, 2 touchdowns. Notre Dame showing why they only want to schedule bad teams because they beat them 36-7. And even then, that was a good game. But I'm not gonna get into stats. BYU beat Arizona in overtime by scoring field goals in the first OT and then a touchdown in the second. The Utes won't beat Arizona State 42-10. ASU is a good school, but they had injuries this game, so the Utes prevail. The Buffaloes beat Iowa State, so I think Iowa State's gonna drop out of the poll now. The quarterback from Liberty, Mr. Salter, had an alright game. 16 for 25, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nothing too crazy. Pitt, they beat Florida State 34-31. Pittsburgh's probably going to be ranked. FSU for sure drops out. They fall to 0-3 in conference play. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. Maybe I should do a live stream one day of me just going to sleep throughout the whole night. Seeing how that works. Probably not. But yeah, you know what? Let's check the standings. At 1, we're obviously gonna have Ohio State, who why does it show me that? I'm not trying to see all the conferences. I was just trying to see who's the best team. Okay, I hit standings, not rankings. So it showed me the standings for each conference. Sorry. Number 1 is obviously Ohio State. Miami is number 2. Indiana got 3 votes to be number 1. They're ranked 3rd as they jump up 4 spots. Texas A&M jumps up 1, and after the scary victory for the Ole Miss Rebels, they drop down to 5. Alabama jumps up 2. Texas Tech jumps up 2. Oregon only drops down by 5 because they lost to an undefeated team. 5-1 Georgia are now ranked 9th. 5-1 LSU are 10th. 11th is Tennessee. Georgia Tech jumps up into 12th. 13th for Notre Dame. Oklahoma's only 14th. BYU is 15th. Mizzo is 16th, only dropping by 2 despite the loss to 4-1 Bama, which is now 5-1. Vando is 5-1 and ranked 17th, despite losing. Nope, that was 2 weeks ago. They didn't play this past week, though they still got to jump up. Virginia jumped up from 19th to 18th. Not FSU. Well, FSU did drop out, but USF jumps into 19th with the win over the Mean Green Machines. Pretty cool, right? USC it stays at jumps at the 20th after not being ranked. I hate that Texas is ranked, even though they're 4-2. They're the second 2-loss team to be ranked here. Of course, that's including Notre Dame, but that lost to Miami, and then was it A&M? I think it was A&M for Texas. Anyways, Memphis jumps up 1 spot to 22nd. The Utes go to 23rd. Cincinnati 24th. The Cornhuskers are 25th. Now, the coaches poll is much different. I'm not going to get too much into that. If you enjoyed, consider liking the video, subscribing. I'm not telling you to, though. I'm just asking, though. It would be pretty nice. And have a good day, everybody.